Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Mermail Atlantean Knightmare deck profile. This deck is really fun. It's got a lot of combos in this deck, so this video may be a little bit long, so I do apologize about that. And we actually got a new camera for the channel. This camera is actually a new phone that I got for recording, and it's really nice. I really like it. The flash on the camera is really nice because it actually gives us good lighting for this video. But anyways guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there below, and we'll get straight on into this video. So let's get straight on into this, and don't forget to check out my Patreon down in the description below. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Mermail Abyss Megalo. Now Megalo is a really good card in this deck. He's kind of like what sparked me to make Mermails to begin with, because I just love the artwork from Megalo. But his effect is that you can discard two other water monsters from your hand to the grave, and if you do, you get to special summon them directly from your hand, which is really cool. You can also tribute one other face-up attack position water monster you control to let this card have a second attack during each battle phase, which allows you to OTK your opponent really easily with this card. Love this card, and he allows you to make rank 7 plays as well, which is really great. Then we play 3 copies of Abyss Tias. He's probably the best level 7 in the whole deck. Tias is just really good. You discard only one other water monster to special summon him, and then when you special summon this way, you can add a level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. I lean a little bit heavier towards the Mermail monsters than anything else in this deck, so that's why he's probably one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. Now, I play 1 copy of Lead. Lead just helps us in so many ways, because you have to discard 3 cards to special summon him. You don't have to play him. I just really like to play him, because with Moral and Glacia, it's just really good. You can tribute one other face of attack position Mermail monster to randomly send 1 card from your opponent's hand to the grave, which is really great, because if you play your cards right in this deck, you can summon Moral and Glacia and this, and your opponent starts their turn with 3 cards, and it's hard to recover at that point, especially if you're going first and you get Abyss Lead. But if you don't want to play Abyss Lead, I totally understand if you want to drop him. Some people love him, some people hate him. So then for the other Mermail monsters, we play 1 copy of Abyss Turge. He lets you add 1 back from your graveyard to your hand, because when he is normal summoned or special summoned, you can discard 1 water monster to the graveyard, then target 1 level 3 or lower water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. He lets you target any level 3 or lower water monster, which is really cool because there's a lot of targets in this deck that you want to add back, like a Swap Frog or Abyss Undyne or something like that. Even heavy inventory, so you can get an additional normal summon, would even be really nice. Then I play 2 copies of Abyss Spike. Abyss Spike is really good because he lets you search a lot in this deck. The main monster that you search with this is Abyss, or not Abyss Undyne, Gen X Undyne. Really good card to add to your hand. When he's normal summoned or special summoned, you can discard 1 other water monster from your hand to the grave to add 1 level 3 or lower water monster from your deck to your hand. Really good card. Searcher of the deck. Almost want to play 3, but 2 is plenty in this deck because of how easy it is to search, in this deck. So then we play 3 copies of Gund. The reason I play 3 Gund, okay, some people only play 1. I don't understand why. This is literally a monster reborn. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can target 1 Mermail monster in your graveyard, except another copy of itself, and special summon that target. We play so many Mermails in this deck, you might as well do it. I mean, you can discard it with so many different cards. You can discard it with all of your Knightmare monsters. You can discard it with to special summon any of these. You discard it to summon Spike's effect to search. I mean, it's like a free special summon with this card, and it allows you to link easier in this deck. So that's why we're playing 3 copies of Gun. Then I play 1 copy of Mander, because there's so many combos with Mander and stuff like that. That's why I do play the 1 Mander, 1 Hild, and 1 Osea. The reason I play these 3 is because there's just so many nutty combos with these 3, and that's why I play them. But that's it for the Mermails. We play so many cards in this deck that I'm going to actually break this up, where you have the Mermails, and then I'm going to do Atlanteans and stuff like that. So that's it for the Mermails. We'll move into the Atlanteans next. So we're going to play 3 copies of Atlantean Dragoons. Dragoons is really, really, really good in this deck because Dragoons, when it's discarded to the graveyard, or when it's sent, this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect. So if you discard it with any of your Mermail's effects, you can get the effect off. It lets you add one Sea Serpent from your deck to your hand, which is usually your Mermail Atlantean or a copy of one of your other Mermail monsters, or not Mermail monsters, but your other Atlantean monsters. So that's really, really good. And this card just recently went to 3, so that's why we're playing it through 2, or 3, I mean. Then we play 1 Marksman to pop back row, which is really good. If it's sent to the graveyard by the effect of a water monster, or to activate the effect of a water monster, you can target 1 set card your opponent controls and destroy it. Then we play 2 copies of Atlantean Heavy Infantry. Heavy Infantry gives you an additional normal summon when it's face up on the field, and also, if it's sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, you just get to pop 1 face up card your opponent controls, which is really, really, really crazy. Then we play 3 copies of Mermail Atlantean, or not Mermail Atlantean, Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. You play 3 copies of him. Really good card. Probably one of your best normal summons in the whole deck. When it's on the field, you can send 1 Atlantean monster from your deck to your graveyard, except another copy of itself. So it gets off their effects, and then on top of that, you get to add 1 to your hand. So usually what you do is you send your Dragoons to grave, and then you add a Dragoons from your deck to your hand. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Atlantean monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, which is really good. Probably really one of the best cards in the whole deck, besides Tias and Megalo. So that's it for the Atlanteans. So that's not too much for Atlanteans. We play quite a few. I mean, it needs this engine for the deck to run, and we play so many monsters. We play 37 monsters in this deck. It is totally a monster mash. It is on par with Super Heavy Samurais. So then we play 3 copies of Swap Frog. Swap Frog, you just discard a water monster to special summon this card from your hand, and when it's special summoned, you get to select and send 1 level 2 or lower Aqua monster from your deck to the grave, which is really, really good because it thins your deck and lets you send Ronin Toden from your deck to the grave. The other effect is that when it's on your side of the field, you can return it to your hand, and if you do, you can normal summon 1 frog monster except for Swap the Frog or Frog the Jam in addition to your normal summoner set. But usually what you do is you link it away to get you some more plays. And then we play 1 copy of Dupe Frog just to have more materials in deck. So that's the Frog engine. So this is a really, really fun engine to play. I really enjoy playing this engine in here. I don't play Nimbles in here. I just find that Nimbles kind of brick for me. So that's why I don't play them. And I play some other tech cards that you guys will see. So that's it for the Frogs. Like I said, 3 Swap, 1 Ronin, and 1 Dupe. So then for the other cards, we're playing 1 copy of Gen X Undyne. I'm thinking about bumping this up, and 1 copy of Controller. The only reason that I'm only playing 1 copy of Undyne is because for the sole reason that we don't have Needle Fiber yet, and on top of that, we what's the other card? You have Spike to search Undyne, and you don't want to draw like 2 Undynes or 3 Undynes and not be able to do anything with them, so that's why I play that. Then we play 1 copy of Crystron Rosenix. Rosenix you send to the graveyard with Undyne or other cards to get a token, which is why we play it. 1 Deep Sea Diva, because it's literally an instant link 1, or not a link 1, instant link 2. So that's why we're playing 1 copy of Deep Sea Diva. 1 copy of Fishborg Launcher. The reason I'm playing Launcher is because it special summons itself and is a tuner. So that's why we play that. And then 1 Mora Inglacia, because Mora Inglacia is the nuts in this deck, and it's searchable. All you have to have is 5 water monsters. Exactly 5 water monsters in your graveyard. You can special summon it and rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, which is crazy if you do it first turn. And then 1 copy of Ibly, because we play Nightmares, so we might as well play Ibly. But that's it for the monsters. I know that was a lot of monsters to cover, guys, and we had to break that up because we don't have the camera space to put all those. So that's it for the monsters. We'll get into the spells really quickly, and there's not that many spells at all. We only play 3 copies of Light of Sekka's Light. I think in the OCG it was called Light of Sekka, and that's why I keep calling it that. But it's Sekka's Light. If you have no spell or trap cards in your graveyard, you can discard, or you can draw 2 cards. So it's literally a Pot of Greed. if you don't play any other spells and traps in your deck. But also for the rest of the duel, you can't activate any spells or traps at all, which is not that big a deal, because we didn't play that many spells and traps in this deck at all to begin with. And then if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it. And then if you banish it, you can reveal one monster in your hand, shuffle it into the deck, and then draw a card. And you can only activate Light of Sekkas for the rest of the duel. Period. If you activate this card, which is not that big a deal. It's really not, because this is the only card you need. Because it's draw power. I mean, you draw this and you activate it, and it's literally a +1, which is really, really good. So that's why I play this. I wish I could play this in more decks, but with that restriction of only being able to play spells and traps, or not being able to play spells and traps, it really sucks. But really good card in decks like this, and super heavy samurais. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck really quick, guys. So we're going to play the Knightmare engine, which is going to be, or not Knightmare engine, but all the Knightmare monsters, which is 1 Griffin. Griffin's really good. Then we play 1 copy of Unicorn. Unicorn's really, really good too. Basically, this is how you win most of the time. Like, you're going to link into all of the Knightmare monsters, which I'm just going to go ahead and lay all the Knightmare monsters out. They're really, really good. I'll go over each one of them really, really quick. Basically, Knightmare Griffin is, when it's summoned, you get to target a card in your opponent's graveyard that's a spell or trap, and then you get to set it to your side of the field, but you can't really activate it if you've already activated Light of Sekka, which sucks. I don't believe you can. Also, every monster that's not co-linked it's like a skill drain. Unicorn is, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card on the field and return it to the deck. Then its other effect is that you get to draw cards equal to the number of co-linked Knightmare monsters on the field, which is really good. Phoenix, you target a spell or trap. All of them, to do their first effect, by the way, you have to discard a card. Phoenix, you discard a card, and then you target a spell or trap your opponent controls and destroys it. Basically Mystical Space Typhoon. And then if all co-linked monsters on the field you control cannot be destroyed by battle, Cerberus pops some special summon monster, and it makes it so they can't be destroyed by card effects. Goblin gives you an extra normal summon, and it makes it so that co-linked monsters, neither player can target co-linked monsters with effects. And then Mermaid lets you special summon a Knightmare monster from the deck, so it lets you special summon Ibli. And it lets you, all monsters that are co-linked or not co-linked lose 1,000 attack and defense. So that's Knightmares in a nutshell. Knightmares are really, really good in this deck because you special summon so much in this deck. It's so easy to make these 6. It's crazy. Then we play 1 Borreload. Borreload is kind of like that 1 card out that you just play it because, and it's easy to make in this deck. 1 Firewall Dragon. Firewall Dragon with Knightmares is really easy to make. Sometimes I won't make Griffin and I'll make Firewall just to kind of keep going with my plays. Trigate Wizard, I see myself making this more than Unicorn. I know that you get all the draws with Unicorn, but I just see myself with that 1 negate is so much easier to get off. This deck is really, I am amazed at how well Mermail Atlanteans have picked up Link monsters, and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna be tier 1. It's fine. My Starboy, it's a water Link monster. I mean, there's not much to say there. 1 Link Spider. The reason we play Link Spider, actually, is because you can send the token for Rosenix to grave and then summon this. And so it makes a lot of plays easier because it just sends 1 normal monster. And then you can special summon Gen X Undyne when you, or not Gen X Undyne, Gen X Controller from your hand if you summon Undyne. Because, like, you summon Undyne, send Rosenix to grave. And then after you send Rose next to grave, you get the token. And then after you get the token, you send the token to grave, summon this, and then summon the controller from hand. And then you have 3 cards to go into anything you want. Usually, I'll use Undyne and Controller to summon out Goblin. So Goblin's the only thing that I ever really do with that. And then you get an additional normal summon. And the sky's the limit at that point. So that's it for the Link monsters. Now, for the actual XYZs and Synchros, I play 1 Synchro and I think a couple of XYZs. So that's it for the Link monsters. So for the XYZs, we play 1 copy of Gaios, just really good Mermail card. 1 Tomahawk. I cannot express how well this works in every deck that makes rank 7s. It's really stupid, and I see this card getting banned in the future. Like, maybe next to list, this might get banned. I'm totally serious. 1 Totally Awesome, and then 1 White Aura Whale. The only thing I might add is a VFD. I don't know where I would take out to add it, but you can put VFD in here if you want to. I might cut, actually, I don't know, maybe the MyStar Boy. I might cut the MyStar Boy to play it. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's it for the deck. I really hope you enjoyed it. This deck is definitely going to be topping. Like, different Mermail builds are totally going to be topping in the near future. I highly see it coming. So you heard it here first, guys. Mermails are great. Well, I mean, everybody already knew that. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell down there in the right beside the subscribe button right down there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.